If you haven't got to meet this amazing person here, Molly Mahoney, welcome. Glad to have you.
Hey, I'm so stoked to be here. Thank you. And I'm so glad my team member Tim made it on Zoom also. So this is my team member Tim who's here with us too. You
I
guys,
love
we
it.
are going to have the best, most jam-packed day today. It is going to be awesome. You can join us on Zoom if you're watching this live. If you're watching this in the replay, just know we got a lot to cover. So get your note-taking hands ready and we're going to dive in soon.
This is an exciting time for us here at High Level because we launched, like I mentioned before, over 300 features. All, if not most of them, are driven by AI. And we're thrilled to have Molly here as we embark on this transformative journey of elevating our business and our customers' businesses using cutting edge AI technologies, whether that's through funnel building, through voice AI, anything you can imagine. We're infusing that in High Level. I'm particularly excited to introduce our special guest today, Molly Mahoney, who's a familiar face to many of you, but also maybe you're just meeting her today for the first time. And if you haven't got a chance to meet her, they call her the prepared performer. Like she really takes pride and passion in what she does when speaking to her audience, her community, and she'll be doing the same here with us. And just a little background here, Molly is a social selling innovator, and she's renowned for her groundbreaking approach to organic content creation. So think about this. If you have been struggling with paid ads or you don't want to pay for ads, you believe you want to go a different route, which is organic, Molly is going to show you how to take that organic content and infuse it with AI to really take that marketing to the next level. And her methods are not only to boost sales, but also to maintain an invaluable personal touch, which sometimes we miss out on. So the most important part here is to make sure that you know that you're in the right room with the right people and the right presenter, the right expert. And as you get to Google Molly Mahoney and get to understand who she is, you'll notice that she's featured by High Level. She's been featured by Social Media Marketing World, Traffic and Conversion Summit, and a variety of prestigious publications like Forbes and Entrepreneur Magazine. And as a high level user, but more importantly, as a high level person that helps others in our community grow their business, you now have a chance to hang out with me and her and make sure you're getting everything you need. So we put together 3 impactful days. And our 3 impactful days have everything to do with driving your business forward, using High Level, but more importantly, using High Level with a mission and a purpose. So day one, we're going to be going over AI-ify your brand. And we're going to be touching on creating your agency brand, creating your client brand, and bringing both into High Level so you have a business idea mapped out. And then day two, we're going to be going over the overview of the AI-based services that you can offer. What is your offer stack going to look like? And how are you going to bring it to the market? And we'll deep dive into that with our AI lead gen system that Molly has coined. And then day three, we're going to go over how to create your own AI agency offer, taking that AI agency sales page and treating it like the cash register, making sure sales, relationships, and upsells and growth is happening. And how do we bring everything together? So, without further ado, help me give a high level warm welcome in the comments below to Molly Mahoney as she takes over and takes us on this AI journey. Molly, welcome.
Hey, I am so glad to be here. Thank you so much. We've got all of these chats happening all over the social media world. I love it. So we're going to dive in. Before we do, I always like to start my presentations with something that's a little bit different. So if you've never been on a training with me before, you may be like, what the heck is happening? I want you to know that we are going to get very tactical. So be ready. We're going to be using AI tools that you guys are going to get access to build out your brand and your client's brand today as we launch and build social media businesses that are AI powered with High Level. And allow me a moment to start with my own little weird way of starting presentations just for you. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. So, what's that dream? Not the dream that you could achieve today or tomorrow or even a year from now, but that dream that you have to dare to dream. Because, like I said, we're going to get really tactical today. We're going to talk about AI. We're going to talk about your brand, storytelling, and putting all of that into an all in one marketing system that you will be able to sell, give to your clients, create recurring revenue. It's going to be amazing. But underneath it all, it really has to be about that dream. So I'm going to talk pretty quickly today. If you're okay with that, give me a ready in the chat. And we're going to go into all of this magic. And underneath it all, I just really want to make sure that it's about that dream. So take your hand, put it on your heart like this. I know I can't see you or hear you, but just I'm going to imagine that you're there and just say the word out loud, dream. And I love feeling that like resonate within your body. This is the only woo woo moment we're going to have today. And then we're going to dive in and be hardcore. Okay, awesome. So thank you so much, John. You know, I love HighLevel so much. And I'm just so honored to be here.
It's a
We
pleasure to
are
have
going,
you. And I know as you're getting started here, just give you a minute here to get situated. If you're just tuning in right now, and you're not a high level user, there's a link below. You still have time to get your high level account situated, because I promise you, if this is your first time learning and being taught, specific things from an expert within high level, Molly Mahoney is the great person to get started with. So get that account registered. The link is below with her special offer, and let's rock and roll. This is
hey, you know what? And that's a really great point too, because we're going to have a lot of bonuses that are coming for you at the end. I'll walk you through what all of those will be, but get your high level account set up now so that on day 3, when we bring everything together, you won't have to go fill in all the information to get it started. You'll be ready to go on day 3. So that's a really, really, really great point. And I would love to know in the chat, are you new to high level? Are you a pro with high level? Let me know in the chat where you're at. Maybe you're using someone else's white labeled version of it and you're thinking of launching your own business with this. Let us know in the chat where you're at, because like John said earlier, as we go through all of this, we really are going to be customizing these days for you. So it's awesome that you're here live with us as we jump in. So we're going to be covering the AI-powered social media business using HighLevel. Today is day 1. And this is our social biz plan. I'm going to walk you through everything that we're going to do for the next 3 days. First, today we're going to be covering clarity in your brand, and we're going to start diving into your services. We're going to create your own social media brand guide. So your social media business brand guide. This is one of the things that we do in my AI content club and my program Social Sales Stars. It is foundational, and I'm going to give you the actual template for it and an AI tool that will help you to do it so easily. Then you'll be able to create your client brand guide after you've learned how to create your own. You can do this easily for your clients as well. And then we'll be moving into creating your client marketing system. And this is one of my most favorite things about this. I wish I had had this when I first launched, oh my gosh, a social media business offer, which was in 2013, which is insane to think about. So I've been doing this for a long time. And then we're going to be going over a very quick overview of the social media services that you can offer with HighLevel. Tomorrow, we're going to be diving in deeper. Oh my gosh. And on this slide, for those of you that are new, you may not know what GHL is, and I changed it on my other slides, but sometimes we go back and forth between calling this amazing tool either HighLevel or Go HighLevel, which is not actually the name, but that's the domain. So you may see it as GHL. That's like the cool kids term for HighLevel, just so you know. You are officially now a cool kid. Okay. Then we're going to be finding your ideal clients. Now, this is something that when I first saw this feature inside HighLevel, my mind was actually blown. I have been digging in even deeper to this because I know what we're going to be doing today. And when we get to the end of the session today, you're going to freak out when you see how easy it is to find your clients. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. Tomorrow, we're going to be going over clarity in your offer. So we're going to cover what will you offer, a deep dive into how you'll deliver that offer, from content to messenger automation to pipelines. And if you already have a business and you're thinking of adding an extra service to your business, this is going to be really awesome. If you're thinking of just getting started with a social media business, this is also really, really, really powerful. Then I'll be showing you how to create a sales page and products within HighLevel, and you'll be fully ready for day 3. On day 3, we're going to launch your social media business. We're going to be putting your offer out into the world, going over some follow-up systems. I'm going to give you all of these templates for sales pages, for follow-up, for opt-ins for lead magnets, all of this stuff we're going to be covering, and we'll be diving into how to actually make sales. If you don't actually make sales, your business does not grow, your business doesn't exist. So we'll be covering that on day 3. If you are stoked, give me the word stoked in the chat. Okay, now get ready to be even more stoked because I put together the craziest slew of bonuses for you if you stay with us till day 3. The first thing that I'm going to be giving you is your AI brand voice guide and a custom GPT. I'm going to show it to you today so you can get excited. I'm going to be giving you a Google Doc and a GPT on the 3rd day so that you can actually put this into action. I'm also going to give you an AI lead magnet GPT. So this is going to be like you're at Costco giving out free samples of your Brussels sprouts. You may not like Brussels sprouts, but I really do, right? But you're giving out free samples of the magic that you're going to be creating. I'm going to give you a GPT, custom GPT. This is a custom AI tool that helps you to create your lead magnet, come up with the ideas to get in more potential clients who are ready to throw credit cards at your face. And then I'm going to give you a full social media package guide. So for those of you that are in our community, this one is brand new. I created it brand new for this workshop. So be super stoked about this. Also, a social media services cheat sheet. So this is going to be something that you can go to and you can pull these different service ideas. This is an example for you to get started. You'll be able to customize it, make it your own. John, is this so awesome?
Listen, I have to purposely put tape on my keyboard to not hit the unmute button because we won't get nothing done. I'll just keep yapping with excitement. But yes, it is awesome.
I'm so stoked. I'm getting excited as we're going. Okay, then I'm going to be giving you our Goldilocks guide to social media success. So this is going to be really important on day 3. We're going to cover this, how to make sure that you don't cannibalize your own offers and you give your clients an ascension plan so they can go from something that let's say is like $297 a month all the way up to $10,000 a month. We have those offers within our program. We start at $97 a month and go all the way up to $10,000 a month. We call it the Goldilocks guide because it means that it's not too cold, it's not too hot, it's just right for what they need in their business. And then to pull it all together, we're going to be giving you our AI social snapshot. That includes landing pages, calendars, automations, pipelines. I know it seems crazy that this is all in one snapshot, but it is. It is going to be amazing. Plus, email templates and text message and social media DM templates. Now, what's really cool is that you'll be able to use this for yourself, but then also this is very meta because we're creating a social media business. So you'll be creating it for yourself, but you can also use these strategies to do things for your clients. Are we stoked? I am so stoked. It's awesome. Okay. And remember, in order to put this snapshot into action, you've got to get an account within HighLevel because that's how we're going to be delivering it. So if you're here on Zoom, I'm hoping the team can put this link in the chat. I know it's kind of long. Just like enjoy the length of this link because it's so powerful. And if you're watching on any of the social media platforms, I'm hoping the team can drop that link there too. Again, by day 3, you want to make sure that you have this trial started so that you can get in and start playing. You really want to start it today because I'm going to show you some things that you can do to get set up. All right. Oh my goodness gracious, so much magic. If you have questions while we're live, I know John mentioned that you can put those questions anywhere on all these social media platforms. We're really like all over the place today. So the best thing you can do is write a Q in the front of your question so that the team can then easily spot those questions and we can help to really streamline things. We may have some time at the end today. We're going to be here for 2 hours. We may have some time at the end today to take questions. John, if something you see like needs some more clarification, obviously I talk very quickly and I'm very excited. So if at any moment we need to slow down, just be like, hey, Mahoney, you can say that in the chat and I will, or unmute and I'll get the questions answered.
Absolutely. And I just want to share, if I could share here real quick, for those that are tuning in here now, there will be a replay. We'll send out the replays for each day in an email, but you could also go to the Facebook group. If you're part of any of our groups or on YouTube, there is a featured section. Those will be there as well. And then the question that comes up often is snapshot bonuses. That'll be released on day 3. So you'll get access to that. You have to stay all the way through. If you're an existing HighLevel customer, Molly will be giving you an option to upgrade. If you're looking to upgrade to your $297 or $497, she's got some of those bonuses lined up for you as well that will give you clarity on how to take advantage of. Another question that comes up often on these with our guests is where do I start and what pace should I go? Just absorb, have a little piece of paper with some notes so you can go back to what's important to you and just embrace the journey. I think that's the biggest thing is embrace the journey. And then you can start to create goals and a plan for yourself as you start absorbing day one, day two, day three. Other than that, there's a bunch of other questions you're going to see in the chat. Don't let it overwhelm you. It's just that everyone's at a different part of their journey. So they ask different questions. But what I like to do is I'll grab those questions, throw them in ChatGPT, and then it'll itemize it. So if you're not leveraging AI yet, that's a quick tip for you. Grab some of those questions and put them to the side until you're there in your journey.
I love it. That's so important. And actually, with that in mind, we are going to do a little, John, I hope this is okay with you. I've done this before with Paulson, so I hope it's okay. I should have asked for permission, but would you guys be cool if I did a giveaway? Is that all right? Like I'm going to do like an extra giveaway while we're live.
It's up to the audience, Molly.
Okay. Do you guys want a giveaway? I have several books that I have written about how to show up more powerfully to create your business. I would love to give away a copy of one of our books. They're like real in-print books. And what we're going to do is we're going to give away a winner for engagement. This is another trick for you if you're doing videos. What you want to do is you want to drop the hashtag nugget in the chat. So when you drop the hashtag nugget, you want to share what the nugget has been. This does three things. The first is it helps to live transcribe all of the nuggets that we're dropping. Like John said, there's going to be a lot. You may miss some things. You can come back to the replay. If you're feeling like, oh my gosh, this is so much, that's the best place to be in. It's a sign that you're on the right track. So when you drop the hashtag nugget and then share what the nugget is in the chat, that will enter you to win. So hashtag nugget, share what that nugget is. It helps us to have you help to live transcribe. It also helps us to know what's resonating with you today so that we can give you more of that tomorrow. Again, I'm going to take all those nuggets, put them into ChatGPT, organize them, pick a winner. We'll announce the winner tomorrow. And then the third thing is, and this is the really secret magic thing, the third thing is that this is actually going to help feed the algorithm so that more people see these videos. So I love to do these hashtag nugget giveaways while I'm live. It's a great tip for you guys to use if you're doing videos as well, because then you don't have to keep saying, drop a comment, let me know below. You don't have to do any of that. The comments just keep coming in. We're having a conversation. I don't want this to be just me talking at your face. We're really having a conversation. And tomorrow, we won't need to take all this time to set up the foundations. Know that today is really foundational. So if you got a hashtag nugget so far, drop it in the chat. I'm going to stay super focused with you. And John, before I bring up my next slide, I've got one more thing to do, okay? We're going to take our hands like this. All right. So John, do it with me. Take your hands like this. On the count of three, you're going to whisper into your hands, even though I can't see you. Whisper into your hands, whisper the word, decide. Okay. Decide. Okay. And then on the count of three, we're going to put on a decision cap. Ready? On the count of three, 1, 2, 3, decide. Okay. And as all of these nuggets come flying at you, it's important that you remember that dream, what you want to achieve, and you make a decision about putting it into action. At the end of every day, I'm going to give you an action plan. You get to decide to put it into action. It doesn't do you any good if you just sit here and hang out and have fun. You really got to put this into action. All right. So with that, you may be like, who is this crazy lady? Why am I wearing a decision cap, listening to musical theater songs? Well, I have been speaking about AI, about social media, about all of this goodness for quite some time now. This is me at Social Media Week Austin. I've spoken at Affiliate Summit West. I've been in the opening keynote at Social Media Marketing World for maybe 5 years in a row, which is wild. Like I said earlier, I launched my social media business back in 2013, which is bananas. Since then, we have stayed way ahead of all of these new trends. So in 2021, before AI, was really known to everyone, we launched a program that is now called the AI Content Club. When ChatGPT came out, it was like, oh my gosh, we had this awesome, jumpstart on all of this AI magic. So I've been featured on so many panels and stages and things like the AI Marketers, which was a group by Copy Accelerator. Oftentimes, I am the only woman in the panel, which is kind of wild to me, but I am happy to be She-Hulk amongst these Marvel superheroes. And I'm really excited about teaching you how you can show up and use these strategies powerfully for yourself and for your clients. If you picked up on it, yes, I am a cheesy musical theater head. If you're here with us on Zoom, this is the national tour of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and Tim Roller is here on Zoom with us. He was my dance partner on the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang national tour. This is me in the blue dress. So if you pick up on the cheesy, over the top vibes, that's just who I am. This is me singing toot, sweet, the bonbon you blow on the whistle you eat. Okay. I took that career as a musical theater performer in New York and I moved out to California to launch these two. So this is my awesome family. My kids are now 10 and almost 13. He's turning 13. Oh, exactly a week from today. I may cry. And then my amazing bass playing husband. I also support so many seriously wonderful human beings. So you may recognize some of the people on this list of our clients. Selena Sue, a publicity expert. We built out a whole bunch of messenger bots for her. Sean Liu, we helped to get a new spot on the Mickey Mouse Club, which is so cool because of what we did with social media with him. Dr. E has hit a reach of over 670,000 followers on TikTok because of the strategies I'm going to give you today. And Jeff Walker in 2020, when everything was all cuckoo, we took the entire PLF system and translated it into a social media launch. So if any of this stuff seems like silly and fluffy, it is not. We have generated bajillions of magical dollars with this magic. Okay. And I firmly believe the more fun you have, the more money you make. So in addition to all of the tactical strategies we'll be covering today, we're going to have some fun. Like these guys. I am so grateful for the founders of HighLevel. I love this photo specifically because of their shoe game. This was last year at the summit after speaking. Such an honor to be able to hang out with the whole team at HighLevel. And we even have shirts that say, the more fun I have, the more money I make. We use AI to make more fun happen as well. So, a little nugget right now before we jump into the full system. One of the things that we've done that has seriously accelerated our brand is we have created branded GIFs. I have over 200 million views on my Giphy account. It's the easiest thing that you can offer for your clients. And this is a really fun way to kind of wow your clients with AI. It's so easy. We used a tool called Miss GIF. If you see it in the top right here, it's called the Miss GIF app. This is me as Barbie. You can create GIFs like this of your clients. It is such a fun way just to show them that, you know, you've got the AI on the brain and you're making things even more effective. And laughter drives engagement. So I'll show you some examples of this tomorrow as well. And like I said earlier, I've written 2 books, Choose Confidence and Finding My Awesome. I have several others, including this book that I was featured in with Rich Sheffrin and Jay Abraham. So I show you this specifically because you may be thinking like, oh, this lady has sparkle pants and she's like kind of kooky. I'm also legitimately like hardcore committed to your success. And if you don't know who Jay Abraham and Rich Sheffrin are, they are like the godfathers of internet marketing. And in this book, there's 7 chapters, you know, people we may recognize on here. And Sparkle Pants Mahoney is down in chapter number 7. So I promise you, we're going to get really tactical today to help you go with your results. And I'm going to give you a little results disclaimer. This is not a get rich quick thing. You must have knowledge and true expertise to share. So I'm going to be really clear today about the social media side of things. If you are a social media expert, this is going to be super easy for you. If you're getting started in the world of social media, there's actually services that you can offer without being too much of a quote unquote expert, because these tools give you everything you need. So know that you do need to have knowledge and be an expert, but you don't necessarily need to be a social media expert to put this into effect. You just need to make sure that you know what your expertise is and that you're delivering that to your clients. Neither my results or my clients' results are typical. These are people who show up and actually put the work in, right? Especially in the beginning. Oftentimes there's more heavy lifting in the beginning, then you get the automations and the AI and the systems in place to be able to serve you. You can use these systems with your team. You can also use these systems if you are a solopreneur. So let us know in the chat. Do you have a team? Are you a solopreneur? Are you looking to get this launched? Where are you at? Because that's going to help us to guide this as we move forward with these workshops this week. Sorry. Okay. And these results are entirely up to you. I'm legit going to give you everything to get started with this week. We put this whole program together brand new. This is not something I've delivered anywhere else. This is brand new for you. So these results are entirely up to you and that decision cap that you put on earlier. So again, here's what we're going to cover today: clarity in your brand and services, creating your social media business brand, creating your client brand, your client marketing system, the overview of the social media services that you can offer, and how to find your ideal clients. Oh my gosh, we are ready to fully dive in. So many nuggets already.
Molly, do you have a bottle of water by you? Just want to make sure we have everything we need before we go deep into this. And for our audience, do you have everything you need? Right? Because we've covered all the housekeeping, we've covered all the paperwork. Now we're going to get into get it done mode, and this is the best part of it all. So if you're excited about this as much as I am, I mean, I'm ready to go with a sheet of paper and a pen because that's how I best absorb this information, and then everything else I could read and go as I go. So, Molly, any other tip or two before you really dive into this?
Yeah, man, I just am grateful to you because that gave me a chance to pull up the Facebook stream, so I'm able to see the comments coming in on the Facebook stream because I love being able to have a conversation with you. So chat with us on Facebook if you just joined. I just put it in the chat again. We shut down the chat here on Zoom. We love having the energy of you guys being here with us, but know that we're doing that chat there over on Facebook or on YouTube. And if you guys are ready, just give me a ready to go in the chat. All right. I'm super stoked. Oh my gosh. Now I got to get my slides back up on the screen. I see them. Okay, here we go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have a question for you. Did you know that there's 4.8 billion people who are active on social media? That's over half of the global population. Businesses from small shops to big brands are realizing that social media is no longer optional. It is essential. And I know that I'm probably preaching to the choir, but this information that I'm going to give you right now is something that you can use in order to better sell your social media services. So, why does social media matter for business growth? There are insane rising advertising costs, especially if you are watching this live this week, because there may be something happening this week that is causing advertising costs to go up. We are recording this in November, which means that we're moving into the holiday season as well. That makes ads go up. But check out these stats that I found. The cost per click rates are expected to increase by 5 to 10% in 2024, pushing the average cost per click to around $4.40 to $4.60. Huh, that's wild. That's crazy. You could send postcards for cheaper than that. I used to always give people the comparison. Should you do Facebook ads or postcards? Like postcards are so much more expensive than doing Facebook ads, but maybe not actually, right? Social media advertising spending is projected to grow 18.9% to 268 0.7 billion worldwide by 2024 and 94.4 billion in the US. I found this on statista.com with the help of Perplexity, such an amazing AI tool. What we are covering on this training is how you can create an organic social media business. If you want to add ads on top of that, I'm going to show you how you can do it. But today we're really diving into organic social media. And this is a great reason to encourage your clients to up their organic game. Social media offers unparalleled visibility and builds customer loyalty. There was a huge study done by Vogue. And you know what? I don't have the link for that here today, but I'll grab it for you tomorrow. I'll include it in the bonuses. Vogue put out this study that proved that especially with the younger communities, what's happening is that it used to be that all marketing happened in a direct funnel. It no longer is the case. Now it's this infinite loop of touch points where it's not as easy as just sending someone a link and having them click to buy. I have like goosebumps about this, which is so weird. That's how powerful I think this is. When you are creating content that connects with your ideal client, that actually builds loyalty and storytelling and all of this, it changes everything. There is something that's called brand lift that happens that increases all of their other marketing efforts as well. And in case you missed it, It's free. So they pay you for the services, they pay you for the tools that you're using to be able to give them reporting, that kind of stuff. But for you to actually deliver this, it's free. Social media is free. It just takes your time and your skill set, right? The problem is most businesses lack the time, the tools, or the expertise to manage it effectively on their own. So you can be their hero. I thought this gift was funny. That's me and Joel Comm at Social Media Marketing World. But you can be like, hooray, I'm here to save you from the endless pile of things that happen thanks to Marky Zuck. So why add social media to your offer? There is increased demand and market growth. I hear all the time from ad agencies, oh, we keep getting people wanting us to add organic. You could be that solution to partner with an ad agency and say, hey, we'll deliver the organic piece of your content, of your marketing, right? You can add this onto your current services or add it as your own. Businesses need expert support to stay competitive in this digital landscape. It's not as simple as just like filling the internet with a bunch of quote cards. That's not enough. We're going to dive into what is needed. And there is a system, especially with AI, to make it even easier. Creating a recurring income stream as your clients rely on you for ongoing engagement is an amazing opportunity. And some of you know this past year has been extremely difficult for me because I fell a little over a year ago and I tore the cartilage in my wrist. Now, our business, while I was slowed way down because I wasn't able to use my main dominant hand, and it was like surgery and all kinds of stuff, I had a recurring income stream that kept us well over 7 figures because I had this built out. So imagine what happens if you have something come up where you need to step away. Having that recurring income is so important. And that ongoing revenue potential, when you use these tools, you don't actually even need to deliver a service in order to have this ongoing revenue potential because you can use this system as a tool, as your own software as a service. So this is seriously powerful. And with AI and automation, managing social media is now simpler and more scalable than ever. It is honestly the perfect, easy offer that can lead to more offers. So, we're going to talk about this tomorrow. And this is probably a big shift for a lot of you. You may be offering social media services right now. If you are, just say yes in the chat if you are already offering social media services. What a lot of people don't realize is that this type of an offer gives a quick result, a quick win. It can catapult you into higher level offers. So when I first started offering this, I'll go over pricing stuff later, but I started at a very low entry level point, and then we ended up catapulting that to an offer that is $10,000 a month. So I've had clients do this as well. They've started with an entry level offer. One of our clients shared she bumped it up to $8,000 a month because of what she's able to stack on top of this. So like really, really magical. Okay, now let's talk about your brand. This is a maybe scary question. Your brand is your unique differentiator. So if you're offering services, especially if you're offering something like this that is actually like, do not tell anyone, but it's actually pretty easy to put together because we're going to give you all these tools and systems. You're not able to say like, hey, I'm going to offer you all these features. You should hire me because there's a lot of other people who will be able to offer those same features. There's a lot of people who may see your offer and unfortunately directly copy it and launch it as their own. Yesterday, I was going through this written guide that a friend of mine wrote on how to optimize your Instagram, just like, whatever in bed. This is what I read before bed. And I was reading it and I had downloaded, sometimes I like check out other people. I had downloaded a new guide from someone. And all of a sudden, I was like, oh my gosh, this guide is my friend's guide, like literally word for word. And I could not believe it. But then I'm like, you know what? People are cray out there. And the only way we can protect our business from all of the scary things that could be happening with AI, which is people just like stealing your stuff, the only thing that you have to count on, aside from like trademark marks and lawsuits, which nobody wants to get into, is your brand. Your unique differentiator is your brand. You can stand out by creating a brand that connects authentically with the right clients. So if you go back and watch the beginning of this video, the reason that I sing at the beginning of my trainings is because I know When I sing, it's my weird superpower that connects with the right people. Some of you may be like, that was a waste of time. You are not my people. I'm glad you stayed with us because there's so much value here, right? But you've got to incorporate things that are right for your brand. You don't need to sing, but we're going to talk about how do you create things that are right for your brand, for your people. Branding is more than just visuals. It's your message, it's your vision, and your values. So with AI, you can actually create a brand guide for your clients that is consistent and impactful. So, do you want to learn how to create your own brand guide with AI? We're going to do that together today, and I'm so excited about this. So, we're going to be defining your AI agency brand, defining your agency brand. Who are you and why you matter to your ideal clients? We're going to build a client persona for your ideal client. And we're going to set up your business framework inside HighLevel for an AI-powered jumpstart. Now, for those of you that are already using HighLevel, you're going to have the opportunity today to upgrade to do some of the things that I'm going to show you, because I'm going to show you things on the back end that you may not know is possible. For those of you that are using I'm going to just explain it this way really quickly, like a white labeled version. So for people in our community, we have something called Star Funnels. It is our version of HighLevel that we sell to our clients. If you're using one like that, this may be interesting for you to see how you can build out your own white labeled version of this tool. Some of you are way advanced with this, but when I first started, I was so confused because I was like, how could this even be possible? It is the biggest opportunity in the online business space actually ever. It's like right now, this is the time. It is wild what you're able to do. So keep that in mind. Again, stay focused, take notes. We're going to give you all of the links and everything on the third day. Okay. Now I do have a secret. This secret may increase your visibility. It may increase your engagement. It may increase your sales, and it may make you feel really uncomfortable. So when I said earlier, your brand is your unique differentiator, how did that make you feel? Let me know in the chat. I'm looking at the Facebook chat. I've got the YouTube chat pulled up over here as well. I'm actually going to pull it up. So hold 1 second. Okay. So I'm looking at the Facebook chat and I want to know how did that make you feel? I'm going to stay focused on Facebook just because that's my platform because I'm a Karen and I love Facebook.
Well, for those that are just tuning in right now, there will be a replay. Stay with us because you came at the perfect time. We have so much coming up here. But what you'll learn really quick here is that the power of social media engagement is actually engaging with people and being relatable. And as you're getting to know Molly, and all of this is by design, from her intro to her delivery to her reinforcement of the law of what we're going to be working on and how we're going to be working on it. You'll need to create your personality to fit your style and your audience. But you could use this as a great foundation. So I wanted to give Molly a chance here to grab a sip of coffee, just get situated, because I'm learning as well with y'all. So if there's a nugget or two, go ahead and put below #nugget. What's a nugget that you've collected so far for yourself? Are you a half a page of notes? Are you a whole page? Or are you a whole Google Doc already? It's
Okay, and
important that we're all on that same page.
my
What is
favorite
it?
nugget so far is from Sarah, who I actually met in person at the summit, the high level summit last year, and she said her favorite nugget is Molly as a Karen, which is
You guys are too much.
okay. I
Molly,
love
I
this,
know.
being ready to be uncomfortable. I love that so many of you are saying that it made you feel great. I also really love that many of you said that it made you feel scared. And this is something that has been coming up more and more frequently in our community is the fear of actually putting yourself out there because trolls are real, y'all. These are some of the troll comments that I have gotten because I have showed up and put this into action. Whoa. Okay. So this is the first one that I got. This woman shared one of my videos, thought it was really valuable, and said, "This girl annoys me, LOL, but she's got good advice. And if she could do it, you can too." I replied to her and I said, you guys know I can see what you write when you share. My blend of crazy isn't for everyone, but I'm glad that you were able to find some helpful nuggets. Grateful for the share. Hope it helps you to connect with your audience in your own unique way." And then her friend replied, she is rather annoying, LOL. And I share this so that you know the trolls are something to celebrate. More. This repetitive, not attractive, but funny person is getting hidden today. I've seen this 50 times. Her lisp is irritating. This one was all about my grammar. This one was again about my lisp that I didn't even really know I had. I've had dentures since I was 12. So then I like got all self-conscious about it. You guys, crazy things will happen. And it is a sign that you are on the right track, because when you get visibility, you're not going to resonate with everyone. This one is my favorite. This cat, do you see? This is a cat in that little picture right there. On YouTube, this cat said, "You talk too much. That's how you make money. And it's annoying." And I said, "I'd like to personally thank you for inspiring our most liked post of the year. The Chatty Moneybags marketing coach costume was a hit." And this is what we did. And this is something that you can do for yourself and for your clients. We took this template of this meme, which was a Halloween costume meme, where you create a costume of like who you are. Now, when my team first came up with this idea, they started with this like social media manager meme. And I was like, you know what? It's not that funny. And what I realized was, if you can make fun of yourself and share the things that maybe you feel a little shame around, that is the gold in your social media content. So my husband came up with the name, the Chatty Moneybags Marketing Coach, and includes one banana phone, because in our community, we call in our future gratitudes on a banana. It makes no sense, but it works. It's manifesting with fruit. 20 pairs of sparkly pants. This is going to be very important in just a second, because if you figure out what you like to wear and you commit to it, like Steve Jobs had his black V-neck, I have my black V-neck and my sparkly pants. So 20 pairs of sparkly pants. I think sparkly may be spelled wrong. That makes it even better. 200 talks too much templates, poking fun at the troll. Extra bucket of possibility, because I'm a confirmed possibilitarian, and one bag of Brussels sprouts. Now, the Brussels sprouts is a little Easter egg for our community, because our community knows the power of the Brussels sprout. I will explain it in a second. Then also, and not included, car keys, she can't find them. Again, this is poking fun at me, but when I poke fun at me, it allows you to poke fun at yourself. This one post had 433 likes and 122 comments. This is the kind of thing that we want to be able to do for our clients to help them to stand out. So knowing that this is going to happen potentially, and you're going to be okay. The secret that I want to share with you as we dive into this first step of creating your brand is not a new social media platform or a new social media tool. It's actually not AI, even though I'm obsessed with AI. But if all you're using is AI, you're going to be like this zombie in one of my favorite GIFs. He's saying, "You're boring me to death. I'm already dead. You're boring me back to death." We don't want to create boring content. The secret is you. Both for you and for your client, you have to show up as a unique human being. And so your weird plus AI magic is how you create a brand that stands out. And if this freaks you out a little bit, you're like, but I'm not as weird as you, Molly. I want you to know you are. Weirdos are everywhere, and you are one of them. So we've got to get really clear on what makes you a weirdo. This is what's going to make your results go, right? Most people try to be something that they're not. These guys don't try to be something that they're not. I showed you the shoes. We took a shoe fee together because I love the shoes so much. And the team at HighLevel is such a great example of this, of showing up in their own weird, wonderful way. It's something that I love about this community. And we actually have a strategy that you're going to take and put into your AI systems to identify your weird. This strategy is called the Quesadilla of Awesome. It is the first step in really identifying what makes your brand unique by figuring out what makes you unique. It is a little acronym, and we call it the Quesadilla of Awesome because everything has something that makes them uniquely awesome, even if it's just that you make an amazing quesadilla. The acronym is the word SAVE. You may think SAVE has 4 letters, but I can't spell, so I spell it wrong on purpose. It's SAAVE. Ooh, and I just realized something. I want to make sure. Perfect. Okay. This is the Quesadilla of Awesome. Are you ready? The first thing is your skill sets. You're going to make a list of 20 things that make you a uniquely awesome person, and we're going to divide it up into these different categories. I have mine here for you. The first is your skill sets, the things that you're naturally gifted at. So for me, I love like Nancy Drewing things, puzzle solving, swimming, math, like figuring things out and momming so hard, right? Those are just like natural skill sets. My appearance. Now, the appearance isn't about what other people think about you, it's about what you think about you. And you may find that some of the things that you love about your appearance are the things that in junior high, maybe you got made fun of for. So when I was in junior high, people used to call me Urkel. Do you guys get that reference? Like from Family Matters, they called me Urkel because my legs were so long. And at that time, it was like popular to wear your pants hanging down really low. But now I love my long legs, right? I have a heart-shaped birthmark that I used to get made fun of for as well. But now I'm like, no, it's because I wear my heart on my sleeve, right? What is it that you love about your appearance? Next, after that is your activities. So separate from your business, what are the activities that you love? This is how you create content. And guess what? When you are working with a client, you're going to ask them these questions as well. I have done this exercise with Jeff Walker, with Selena Sue, with Rich Sheffrin. These hardcore business people have done this exercise with me because they know how important it is to identify that human touch. Next is the V for values. This is kindness, joy, staying in action, empathy, equity, really important values. And we're focusing on these more like soft skills today so that tomorrow we can dive deep into the automations and the AI and all the tools. So really know how important this is. Your values will either attract the right clients or detract the right clients. Funny enough, not everyone likes kindness and joy. And that's okay. They can either deal with my joy to get to the gold, or they can go away, right? Now, things you like to eat is the final thing on this list. And this is such an amazing thing to weave into your social media content. I'm going to give you a little assignment right now. So what I want you to do is to pull up your personal Facebook profile. Okay, this works on LinkedIn as well. It's a little trickier on Instagram because you have to have an image with it, but I prefer this to be text only. And I want you to write the words Brussels sprouts, yes or no, on your personal Facebook profile. We're going to come back on day 3 and we're going to tell you how you're going to turn that post into sales. So once again, go to your personal profile and write Brussels sprouts, yes or no. Okay, I'm going to have you guys go do that. Go do it right now. Once you've done it, just say done in the chat. Brussels sprouts, yes or no. Okay, and then what you're going to do once you have this list of the 20 things that make you awesome, John, you can do this with me. We're going to get a little like physical again. So you're going to take your hands like this, okay? And you're going to put this list of all the things that make you awesome into your fingertips. Okay. You're going to read this list, put this into your fingertips. You're then going to take your hands, you're going to put them on your chest and you're going to start tapping like this. Okay. You're going to start tapping and then move your shoulders a little bit. Right. And then this is before you do a video, before you write content, before you get on a sales call, and then start bouncing a little bit. Okay. And then you're going to hum. You're going to go, and this is what we call the money dance. Okay. You're going to weave yourself with all the things that make you awesome before you dive into all the tech and the AI and the automation, because you are the human that's important behind this thing. You are the unique differentiator. Exactly. Okay. So I love it. You got that post done. You're doing your money dance. And now we're going to move into actually putting all of this magic into AI so that we can truly AI-ify your brand. This whole system is what we have also included in my children's book, Finding My Awesome. So this is something that can help your clients not only to solidify their brand, it helps humans to feel better about who they are. I love it. Okay, we're going to AI-ify your brand voice. John, are you ready to AI-ify your brand voice?
I am. Let's AI-ify. Don't get me singing now because I'm not a singer, but don't get me singing.
Okay, we actually have a trademark on the word AI-ify that is in process, almost finished. So I'm so stoked about that too. We'll have to write our AI-ify anthem at that point. All right, this is what we're going to be doing, you guys. On day 3, you're going to get this whole document. Stick with me right now because I'm going to show you how it works, and then you'll be able to put it together into action on day 3. Some of you are full AI wizards. You'll be able to create some of this stuff on your own as well. This is what we're going to do. We're going to log into ChatGPT. And now what I've done is I have created special custom GPTs for you to be able to use. If you have a paid account, you can create GPTs like this. If you have the free account, you're able to use these GPTs. So I'm going to click right here and I'm going to show you how we're going to get started. I would like to know in the chat, is there someone who has a website that I could use for this exercise? If you do, just post your on the Facebook chat. Just post your website in the Facebook chat, and I'm going to grab a website, someone that I don't even know. We're going to do this on the fly to show you how easy this can be. I'm very excited. Okay, while you're doing that, this is how we're going to start with this AI brand voice creator. I'm going to click, I need a brand voice guide. I click on that. I got Nicole. I love you. Nicole is the first website I saw. So Nicole, it was here an hour early for this training, so she deserves this. That's amazing. All right. So you'll see here, this says, great, let's get you started in creating your brand voice guide. I'll start by gathering some details about your business. Please provide the following information: your company name, your owner name, your expert bio, your years in business, your niche, so who you serve in the industry you're in, the solutions you provide, and your website. Once I have these, I'll guide you through creating a unique, memorable voice that captures your brand's personality and connects with your audience. So I have created this for you. It is a custom GPT with inside ChatGPT. If you have questions about this, don't worry. I'm going to dive into more about creating these GPTs tomorrow. Today, we're just using this one to create your brand guide. Okay, so what I'm going to do a little trick. I'm going to take this website, which is Nicole's website, right? And I can see she's got great copy on this website, which is awesome. So what our clients are saying, all this kind of stuff. So this is a really good starting point. Now, I could go to the about section and I could pull her about information, right? Because this is her like expert bio stuff that we would talk about. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this just like this, like crazy town. I'm just selecting and copying. I'm going to go like that. You guys are not going to believe how easy this is. I'm going to say, please answer those questions with this information that I pulled from Nicole Bonnie's website. I paste that, and then I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to go to her homepage. Oops. I'm going to select all this. Awesome. And I'm not putting this in any order, right? I'm just like pasting it here. I'm not editing it. I'm like her copyright thing. You could delete if you don't want like this kind of stuff you don't need on there, right? That may confuse it. But literally, I'm just copying and pasting. I'm going to go see what other information she has on here. I'm going to maybe grab some services. This is so good. Nicole, I'm so glad you're the one that raised your hand because you've got a dope website with lots of information. Okay, and then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to say services. I'm like yelling. I'm so excited. Sorry, I'm talking so loud. Okay, and then I just hit enter. Now, if you don't have a website, you may need to take the time to actually answer these questions, right? But because Nicole has already done this, she's a true prepared performer, right? Her website had all these answers on here. This part is complete. Help you get healthy. Nicole, does this look good? Is this right? Certified nutritionist, health coach, functional blood specialist, years in business, niche, holistic health and wellness, services provide, blood light assessment, blood work assessment, all this kind of stuff. I'm going to assume this looks pretty good to get us started, right? Pretty good. And the really cool thing is it organized it in a way that is easy to understand. So here, I'm going to say this looks great. Oh, wait, sure, it already continued. Oh my gosh, it already has gone on. Watch this. Brand value statement. I help clients who struggle with chronic health issues and symptoms to feel heard and understood, guiding them to cellular healing without masking their symptoms. We do this using our personalized nutrition, functional blood work, and mindset coaching. So I wrote this GPT in a very specific way to give you a brand value statement. You are going to get a lot of information from AI right here. And I should have clarified this ahead of time. You're going to get a lot of information with AI right now. Then you're going to come back as a human being and do what we call, are you ready? Take your hand like this. John, can you do this with me? You're going to do this. You're going to zhuzh. You're going to zhuzh it. So we're going to get a lot of information. And some of you may be like, whoa, how is it actually doing all of that so quickly and easily? Your clients may be overwhelmed by how fast this is. You may need to slow it down a little bit and zhuzh it to really let them feel how powerful this is. Okay, I'm going to go on.
Molly, quick
Yeah.
question here. Sometimes when I use ChatGPT, and maybe it's just me, but I get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And I want it yesterday, and then I start putting a bunch of stuff in, and then I'm typing, and then I lose my train of thought. Do you have any tip or strategy? Like I've done voice text before, and I've kind of copied and pasted it. But for those that are maybe a little bit more brand new at ChatGPT, they don't have the paid version. They have the basic one. Like, how do you like slow yourself down or kind of like
Yeah. So
start
one
it?
of the things that this is a really great question. One of the things that we've done that has made things so much easier for our clients, because I get very excited and I fill these, I give so much information in one swoop. But the problem is that sometimes it will start to hallucinate. And that's actually the term used in the AI space when AI starts to go rogue, right? We call it like AI bots gone wild. So it's actually helpful to segment out and systematize the way that you're doing things so that it doesn't you don't get overwhelmed, but also so you don't accidentally end up recreating the same foundations again and again. So one of the things that we're doing right now, actually, which is like a secret, we are building out a company guide. And this company guide is going to be your foundation. And we're using AI to create these little segmented sections of your company guide that we can then copy and paste into one Google Doc that is our Bible, right? It is our brand Bible. So that's one thing. The other thing is, as you're answering these questions, sometimes, like if we go back to this chat, when you see those questions that I asked at the top, now I didn't need to take time to answer these because I knew that Nicole had a website that was already created. If you're like, I don't even know what my expert bio would be, you can open up a new chat and say, like, watch this. I could open up a brand new chat keeping this conversation separate over here, right? I'm going to open up a brand new chat and say, "Hey, I need help creating my bio. Can you help me get started?" And so each of these little segments can help you to create, like you can use AI to help create each of these little segments. And what we've done for our clients, which could be really helpful for your clients as well, is we've actually created custom GPTs for each of these little segments. So we'll get deeper into that tomorrow. But I think one of the biggest things, because this can go so fast. And then have you ever been like running and all of a sudden your body is actually ahead of your feet? Like, you're like moving so fast that like you've gotten too far ahead and your feet can't keep up and then you fall. That's what can happen with AI if you're not careful. So we have to give ourselves the gift of slowing down for a moment and really processing. It's just like music. If you're listening to a jazz band and all the music is like, and there's no, right? You got to take that moment to breathe. So is that helpful?
It is. It is. It's just that you trying to however fast we can have our audience not go through the pain points that we've already been through is always my number one goal. And I think what you just shared right now, we hop, skip, and jump over a handful of those areas where they could trip on. So
Well,
thank you
okay,
for
so
that.
that's actually the best answer is don't worry about recreating the system. Just use this brand voice guide and do what it tells you to do. Because I have spent hours like really figuring this thing out so it gives you the right type of answers. And
Awesome.
know that you can talk to AI like a human. So if you don't like something, come back in and say, "Ooh, that's not exactly what I want." Also, remember, you put your decision cap on today. And if you worry too much about making this perfect, you're never going to launch. So just to get the biggest thing that you're going to learn with all of this as you get in and play with it is learning the choreography, learning the steps to do so that it becomes more natural for you. And that's like the real magic is looking at this process because you're going to do it again and again and again and again for your clients. So you can really give yourself the gift of learning the system and not worrying about making each little thing exactly perfect in the first couple go rounds. Um,
And as you're getting ready for the next slide, all of these links are going to be in day three's folder. There might be some things that Molly shares prior to that, depending on what homework or what assignments she gives. So just hang tight. I don't quite know what she's going to release today to get you started for tomorrow, but I do see some questions around that. So thank you all for being excited about diving in right
Yeah,
away.
and we'll be giving, like he said, I see the question about the GPT. We'll be giving you all of this at the end. We don't want people, here's what happens. Let me just actually be really like, this is what happens. And my people who are in my programs know if I give you all the links at the top, then what happens is you go off and you start playing because it's so amazing. And then you miss the really important thing that I said next. So it's actually a really great focusing strategy to not let you have these GPTs yet. I just trust me on this. Like really watch the system because otherwise you're going to miss something really important. So just say focus Mahoney in the chat because it's also helpful for me to stay on track. Focus Mahoney is like a company hashtag. All right. So we got your brand value statement. Amazing. Now we're going to move on to your unique differentiators. Remember, we said your weird is your unique differentiator. Your brand is your unique differentiator. So I know Nicole just by chance. She happened to be someone that I know who put the first link in. And I would say these are really great. Like the empathetic approach, Nicole listens deeply to her clients, offering hope to those who feel unheard or frustrated by conventional medical approaches that often dismiss their symptoms. Now, I'm going to add something here because I know Nicole's Quesadilla of Awesome is also something that we haven't told ChatGPT yet. So if we look at her website, I just want you to notice something. What do you notice when you first come to this website? She has crazy hair, right? And that is part of her quesadilla of awesome, which instantly tells you she's fun, she's spunky, she's a little kooky, to be totally honest. To me, that's something we would need to add in here because I didn't have Nicole's quesadilla of awesome to add in yet. So at that point, I would say back to it like, hey, she's also really spunky and fun and kind of kooky. Can you add that in as well? Okay. So this is like where the human piece of it goes with this. And you don't need to have orange hair or blue hair like I have in order to make this work. All right, then it's going to come to the tone of voice. Nicole's tone of voice is compassionate, confident, and empowering. Her language is accessible and supportive, guiding clients through a complex health topics without overwhelming them. The tone that you use should be empathetic, authoritative yet gentle, and hopeful. Now, one other thing to keep in mind, we did this off of Nicole's website. She may look at this and go, I don't want that as my tone of voice. That means she needs to adjust her website because the AI doesn't lie in this situation, right? It's reading and analyzing what the website is giving off. We're just going to say that this is exactly what she would want. The language style is next, professional and knowledgeable, conversational and reassuring, educational and action oriented. Then after that, we have the core theme and messages. All of this is foundational for your social media business. We're doing this for yourself right now, but again, this is very meta because you can do this for your clients as well. Holistic healing, empowerment through knowledge, personalized health journey, listening and compassion, sustainable wellness. Awesome. Nicole, is this feeling on point? I think it is feeling on point to me. Okay, so it says this guide provides the foundation for a consistent, clear, and engaging brand voice. Let me know if you'd like to explore additional details or any part of this profile. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say in the unique differentiator and in her brand voice, I'd like to add a little bit about the kookiness, right? About her kookiness. So, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to say, sorry, this is so great. And again, I am doing this on purpose. I speak to AI like I want to be spoken to. So I'm not just coming in and saying, fix this one part. I'm letting it know the rest of this is really awesome. That means it's going to give me more like this, and I'm going to give it a little tweak, the same way that I would do with a team member. This is so great. Please add in one more aspect. Nicole is super fun and a little playful, kooky. She has colorful orange hair and makes this journey fun. Not too fun, but fun. Okay. I don't like smiley face. Like I get really into it. Like I'm sending a text message to a friend. Okay. So now it's going to give me the whole entire brand guide all in one place.
So you had mentioned, Molly, that you talk to it like you want to be spoken to, and does
Yeah.
that have to do with personality? Does that have to do with just humanizing it a bit so that way it speaks with that human-like tone or
Yeah,
things similar to?
I think it really comes down to this, the idea of the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. Well, I want to have fun while I'm working. I don't want to, if I put in negative energy into my AI tools, it's going to come back at me and that's going to make me feel negative. One time my husband was sitting in my office. I have this like a beanbag over here and he was sitting there reading or something while I was working and I started laughing really hard because I was creating an AI sales calculator with AI. It was writing the code for me. And I said, "Oh, the text is kind of hard to read. I love this, but can you please give it a white back or a black background with white text?" And the AI assistant said back to me, "Ooh, a black background with white text screams sophistication. It's like putting your sales calculator in a tuxedo." It's like, what? And he said, "What is happening? Like, why does it talk to you like that?" Because that's how I want to be talked to. I want this to be fun. If you don't want it to be fun, then you're going to bring a more serious approach, right? You get back what you give. So, yeah.
But I've also seen like in copy these days, Molly, just to keep me honest here, there's a lot of copy that the end result subconsciously is in your mind and that's what makes you want to buy. Like I was looking at some ads and it was like, if you want this, this, and this to be what you get out of it, then this is the best way to start. I'm like, you're completely right. That
Yeah.
is what I want.
Yeah,
And
totally. But sometimes we don't know what we want. So we need to make sure that we take the time to figure out what we want also. Or if you get a bad response back, then you say that lets you know what you don't want, which helps you get closer to what you do want.
man, pretty cool how this all works. And the AI portion of this is something that people will master over time. But to your point before, is doing it frequently, getting involved with it, getting accustomed to it. So where do we take it from here now?
Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're actually going to copy the text in the brand guide. Okay. Now I'm going to give you a document that you're going to put all this text in, but I'm also going to show you, I love little like cool software tools. So watch this. You're going to see if you come in here, if I copy all of the text in here, professional with a playful twist, right?
I feel like
It
we're
added
like on
that
a
stuff.
cooking show. I don't know why I'm getting that vibe like we're on a cooking show right now. Like, what's next?
What's next? It does kind of feel like that. Okay, so I'm going to copy all of this. Watch. I'm going to hit, Command C to copy this. I'm just copying the part that is inside the brand guide. And when I click up here, I just want to know, can you see this little pop-up that just popped out?
Yep. The optimize your clipboard.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so this is a tool. I'll add it into this document that we're going to give you on day 3. It's called Clipboard History Pro.
Mm.
And Clipboard History Pro saves a clipboard on your computer of everything you've copied, which is so amazing. It's good. So I don't have to worry about where I'm going to paste it, whatever. If there's something I know I want to save, I copy it. It stays on my clipboard. I can come back to it when I'm ready for it. Cool. Okay. We're going to go next to, and Danny, tomorrow we're going to cover creating custom GPTs. So we got you. Just stay with us. We got you. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to create our ideal client avatar. So we're going to click this GPT and we're going to open a brand new GPT that doesn't know anything about us. We're going to say, create my ideal client avatar. Okay. It's going to say, let's start with a bit more detail about your business and what you're offering. Now, notice your company and it's saying, could you please share more information about your company and the specific products or services you're looking to sell? Any details on the types of clients that you find in your offer or who would usually find your offer appealing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste that whole bit of information that I just copied. Now this layers into this other GPT. I'm going to say, here's more about my company. And then this is the kind of tricky part. You may not know who your ideal client is. If you don't know who your ideal client is, know that we're just going to get started with one type of idea. When I first launched my business, I was actually teaching singing lessons. So my company, The Prepared Performer, was all for musical theater performers to help them learn to sing and build a career like I had had in New York. When Facebook Live came out in 2016, I ended up launching a program called Camera Confidence. And rather than teaching performers how to have a business, I started teaching business owners how to perform. This may be the biggest nugget yet so far today. When we made that shift, we brought in $50,000 within 3 months on a brand new offer. It changed my life. Everything in that moment changed for me because I shifted my ideal client. Again, as we're going through this today, you don't need to have the perfect ideal client. We are starting to figure out who that's going to be. So when I shifted from the vocal coaching into the more business coaching side of things and social media coaching, I actually took a lot of time. I went to this coffee shop. I remember I was at a Starbucks by the airport. I don't know why that's where I was, but I was there. And I remember I made a huge list. This is really important. I made a huge list of every type of person that I was connected to in a group. Like, who are the groups of people that I'm connected to? My dad owns a tree trimming business. My family has a tree trimming business. I do a lot of their social media marketing for the tree trimming business now. Our whole family is connected in this tree trimming business. I could have launched an offer for tree trimmers. I'm glad that I didn't focus specifically on that because I'm having way more fun out here, but I do really love the arborists in my life. I could have, at one point, I thought about launching a program for recreation departments inside municipalities because I had a mom of one of my dance students who asked me to teach a confidence building workshop for the recreation department staff. And I was like, oh, I have that connection. My dad works with municipalities. Maybe I should just focus on serving municipalities. All of these ideas could work for you. Right. And what I like to do is I think of these things as playgrounds. In our programs, we call them awareness playgrounds. So just start to jot down a list before tomorrow, because tomorrow and at the end of today's call, we're going to go really deep into finding your ideal clients. But just start to jot down a list of like who your ideal client is, where they spend time, what playgrounds are they hanging out in, who is one person that could connect you to a whole slew of other people. So, like, if you have one dentist client, maybe you then could have that dentist client connect you with a bunch of other people. Another example, and I think the examples are helpful, especially for people who aren't fully solidified in which direction they're going with their ideal client. I have a friend from college who I didn't really know in college, but one of my best friends was close with him. She saw that he was launching an online business. He actually uses HighLevel, which is also really cool. He owns residential assisted living companies like houses, places like this. Are you a residential assisted living owner? Let us know in the chat. He invited me to come speak at his residential assisted living conference with like 200 people in the residential assisted living space. We now have several clients in the residential assisted living space. When I did that presentation there, I tweaked the beginning of my talk to make it very specific about people who owned residential assisted living, spaces, whatever. So does that help, do you think, John, about like when you're answering this question, how to clarify that?
Absolutely, because if you use a one to many and you don't have an audience with some sort of relatability or connection, then you're just talking to the air itself. And there needs to be some specific pain points. And I've learned this through folks like yourself and others in our community that the software does an amazing job once you got your clients and your audience in place. It's now the messaging that fuels the software, and then the expertise that fuels it, then the social media presence. And then we start seeing these huge communities on gocollab.com and everything else. I'm like, wow, there's people that are actually focused on this type of stuff. And I'm like, yes, because there's many communities and big communities that I'm not aware of.
I mean, a
So it's
perfect example of this actually is when I was first getting started, one of the main communities that I focused on, and this is so random, but it was baby wearers. I was in all of these baby wearing groups because I loved wrapping my child in a woven, like, I'm so sad that I can't like wear my 13-year-old on my back in this baby wraps like I used to do. Right. And at the time I was really connected there. And it was a great way to bring in singing students because those moms and dads had kids who wanted singing lessons from me. I sold makeup in those groups. I sold all these kinds of things. to a totally separate niche, right? But the baby wearing community was a really big one for me. So really think outside the box with this. I'm going to show you what we're going to do next with this.
And while you're
And
pulling that up, what
yeah,
my biggest nugget here is if I have a 50 clients or 5 clients or 500 plus clients, from what I'm learning for my business here, I can do for my customers' businesses by just replicating the systems that I have access to now and the process. And it goes back to that joke I was saying. I feel like we're on a cooking show. I'll put a little bit of this, I'll put a little bit of that, and next thing you know, we got the food in the oven.
the little
And
salt
this
bay, we're seasoning our AI assistant, is what I always like to say.
Yes.
Yes.
And if there's folks on here that have one VA or one, two, 10, 20 staff members or more, it's so important to give your staff the resources, the process, and the standard operating procedure to serve your clients. And these are elements that really take that to the next level. Because yes, you could hire the best copywriter or the smartest person in the area and require them to come into your office and work. But why not give them AI to amplify? And as you were calling this AI-ify, the social media component of your business and your customers. So exciting, exciting stuff. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little overwhelmed because there's things that I feel like I didn't know before that I should have known, but I'm okay with it because I'm going to take it bits and pieces.
And that's like really just doing the first step, right? Over the next 3 days, we're giving you all of the things. And I could have just jumped straight into the tool today first, but if you don't have these foundations in place, the tools are not going to work as well. So I wanted to make sure we get these foundations in place first.
No, I appreciate it. It definitely
Okay.
eye opener what I've been missing out on.
Amazing. I love it. All right. We're going to keep going.
Let's do it.
And what we're going to do is I'm going to now, I pasted all that information in there. I don't have to format it properly. I don't have to do any of that. And then I'm going to say ideal clients. And actually, watch this. I'm just going to say, I'm not sure who my ideal client is. Can you help me figure it out? Okay. Let's just see what it does. I'm not sure who my ideal client is. Can you help? Absolutely, Nicole. Based on your unique approach, here's what we say. Now watch this. I have programmed this GPT for you. And you guys, this is something that we usually only give to our paid clients. So when you sign up for the trial with HighLevel, that's where we're giving this out at the end of these 3 days. Because I love HighLevel, because I'm here partnering with them, I'm giving you something that we usually only include for our paid clients. So know that you got to get that trial in order to get all this magic at the end of the 3 days. Watch this. Ideal client avatar for help you get healthy. Personal attributes, primarily 30 to 55 with a core focus on those in their 40s facing chronic health challenges. Now, I'm not Nicole, so I'm going to just assume that this is all awesome, but know that she can come back and adjust this as she goes. Gender, mostly female, inclusive of men who are open to holistic health approaches. Relationship status, varied, often parents or caregivers feeling pressure to maintain health. Kids, I'm not going to read all of these. I'm going to just go through the high level. High level, pets, home, education, values, hobbies, secret slang. I need a wellness reset, natural solutions, mind body connection. Y'all, that secret slang thing, mwah, mwah, that is like the Salt Bay. There's even more coming though. Okay, then backstory. Often they faced unresolved health issues. How much is this going to help you to create content? Professional attributes. Now, this is saying varied. So we're going to come in and we're going to specify this in a moment because this is kind of a general one because remember, I didn't give it any specificity. Okay, salary, values, tools. Comfortable with online scheduling, virtual health consultations, tracking progress through online tools. The tools section I will often use to identify more awareness playgrounds. So if HighLevel is one of the tools, that would go here. If I know my clients are using maybe like QuickBooks, that could go here, right? If I know that they're using a Peloton, that would be a tool as well. These are other brands that I can connect with. Aspirational goals, struggles and pain points. Another little Salt Bay that nobody else includes is their tickle points. What makes them laugh? Because remember, the more fun you have, the more money you make. When they're laughing, they're engaging, they're sharing, they're buying. Nicole's quirkiness, like her bright orange hair, right? Desired result, what the desired result is, what makes them angry, another way to get people to engage, what lies they're believing, where do they get info from, who else could solve this problem for them, what product of yours are they perfect for, 3 top reasons they buy from you. What was it like before they bought from you? And what was it like after? John, what do you think about that?
I think that the foundation of all this is knowing the details so that way you can create the campaigns and speak to your audience in their language. And
And
this is
then
a
you don't
big
have to worry
foundation.
about it anymore. You've got it. And
Yeah.
as we move forward, this stuff is all done. Most people skip this stuff, which gives them bad content. So if you're feeling a little overwhelmed by all of these details, that's a good place to be. It's like amazing at this point.
When I've
So
worked
what we're,
with customers, Molly, people say, well, I don't use text. Oh, I don't use social media. And I would always say to myself, well, you're not your own customer.
yeah,
Right. So
totally.
this is
You're
where we need to step out of the what do you find as your source of information? What do you find as appealing to you out of the equation and start to really identify whether you know it or not, what your audience or your potential audience would be attracted to.
totally like what platforms they're spending time on. So what we're going to do next after this, and I'm going to keep going because I want to get through, we're going to get
Mhm.
through the rest of this whole thing. After we do this, we've created a more general avatar. Now we're going to ask ChatGPT to create 3 more in specific demographics. So I'm going to say, please create, like, again, I'm going to speak to it and compliment it. This is amazing. Please create 3 more in specific demographics. That's not all one word. Oh my gosh, demographics. Now I'm just going to make something up for here. So I'm going to say a female coach who is bringing in 6 figures. And I'm going to make it a little more specific, a female life coach and has 2 kids in high school. And you can get as specific as you want with this. The next one could be a male chiropractor who wants to share my services with his clients. And then a female, let's say, teacher who, or actually, yeah, let's do nurse because I think that's a really cool industry. Like a nurse who is realizing she wants to incorporate, integrate, or, holistic health. And now it's literally, and we're not going to take too much time to read it, but it's going to give me, oh, nope, I'm going to stop it because it's not giving me the whole entire thing. It's giving me other weird stuff. Oh, shoot. Hold on. I did this in the wrong. Do you see how I'm messaging the brand? I did this in the wrong one. That's so funny. Do you guys see that I used the wrong GPT? I needed to shut that down. It's following the directions. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to copy this. This is exactly the question that John was asking me about before. I'm closing that one so I don't need it anymore. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to go in here, the one that I just did. And I'm going to go here. Oops, I said you said. Oh my gosh. Hold on. You guys, I just copied too much. Okay, if you mess up, because I just copied that whole entire thing, which is not what I meant to do. If you mess up, you can actually stop it and then click this little edit button in here. And I'm going to delete all the extra stuff that I put in there because I didn't mean to put all that. So watch this. I'm just going to do that, what I meant to put in here in the first place. And that's good that I messed up because you're going to mess up at some point too. And it's important for you to see that you can actually fix it, right? This is exactly what I wanted. So a female life coach, 6-figure earner with high school kids, personal attributes, mid-40s, female, likely married or partnered, 2 teenagers in high school. It's going to go through and give me an entire guide for that one specific person. And it's going to do it for all 3. At the end, if it says it's like pauses or it doesn't finish it, just say keep going. John, are you cool if we go on? Does this seem amazing?
Yeah, I think it's the foundation of what's going to keep us going the next 2 days. I think if
Yeah,
we iron this part out, people know how to right put their content together for themselves or their customers. This is the hardest part from what I can see so far personally and what I've seen people like frustrated about with AI. Like it's just I don't know what to ask it or how to ask it or which GPT do I use? How do I start it off? And There's so
And now I've done
much
all the work.
around
I've
this.
done the heavy lifting for you so that you can go in and use these specific GPTs to get exactly the answers you want. And then you can have a conversation with it to tweak it and zhuzh. It's amazing.
There's
Okay,
no
so if we come back,
excuses.
no excuses. Exactly. You put your decision cap on, decide. Okay. Then step 3 is you're going to complete your company details document. So you're going to click on the details template that I have for you here. Again, this is something that we use in our paid programs. I am giving this to you. What you're going to do is you'll notice those questions that I asked you for in the beginning, you copied them earlier. You copied them earlier. So you're going to go back up to Clipboard History Pro and you're going to go right here. You can just delete that section. Oh, shoot, I don't want to do it on this. What you're going to do first is you're going to make a copy of this. You don't have this document yet. You're just watching. You're going to get this on day 3. I'm going to write this and I'm going to say, Nicole. So notice I am doing this as if I'm doing it for a client. Okay, I'm going to do Nicole Lonnie's company information. I'm going to come in here. We're going to see how this formats. Yeah. So what I actually want to do is I'm going to go back to that GPT because I want to use that proper formatting. So if I scroll down over here, the conversation that I had with the brand voice GPT is right here on the side. In today's conversations, it says brand voice request guide. I'm going to click on this. And now I'm going to go up and I'm going to copy the information from this brand voice guide right into that document. And it's going to be formatted perfectly. Watch this. I'm going to come in here. Boop. I'm going to delete the little instructions here. Again, taking the time to slow down and do this is what's going to make everything that we're doing work. We did not create your expert bio today. If you like add your own expert bio in there, then I'm going to come back to the GPT and I'm going to grab the next little brand voice section, right? Brand value statement, the unique differentiators. I'm going to add all of this in that brand voice section, core messages and themes, all of this. I'm going to copy it. And now this is my brand Bible. Okay. Look at how beautiful it looks. Imagine if you give this to a client. It is glorious. Now, I have a little trick because what we're going to do next, we're going to use our brand colors. And I'm going to come back to that in just a moment because I have a little trick for you where we're going to do that. We're going to move next to the ideal client avatar. And now I'm going to go back into ChatGPT. I'm going to go back to that little chat where I was getting all that ideal client information. Oh, let me see where I was. Hold on. I got to get back to the right window. Down over here, ideal client avatar creation. And I'm going to grab, do I have all 3 of them in here? I do. 1, there's 1, 2, 3. Great. So now I'm going to come to the bottom and I'm going to grab these guys here. You'll notice there's a little statement that comes at the bottom of this GPT. That's in case people steal this. It's just like protecting my IP. Don't copy my IP protection stuff. Just copy your ideal client avatar information. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go into this document. And now watch. You could take the time to fill it out slowly, like it says here, but I'm just going to delete all this because I already did it with AI. We used to do all of this super slowly. Okay. It's all in there. Is that gold? Dope. Okay. I'm going to keep going. So everybody good? If you guys are good to go on, we're going to move into high level in just a moment. So let me know if you're good to go on. What we're going to do before we move into high level is we're going to identify your brand colors. Now, there is a tool that is so amazing that will help to identify the best colors to have around your face. If you already have brand colors, awesome. I personally have created brand colors that match my color palette because I want colors on my website, on my, brand that look good around my face. I want colors that I can wear out on stage. I want colors that go with what I am. So I'm actually just going to do my own face on this to show you how this works. You're going to come in here and I'm going to pull in a selfie that is like a normal photo of me, of what I actually look like, right? It's going to allow me to do this. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to bring it right there. I'm going to say get started. And I don't know this person. This is like their tool that gets you started with a stylist. I think it's an amazing tool. The first thing I need to do is find my skin color. So I'm going to move this around to what I think my skin color, like the most consistent part of my skin color is, right? Right there. Hair. Now this one's a little tricky for me because I could go with blue, which is not my natural hair color, if you didn't know. I'm going to go with that dark brown. And then I'm going to go to my eye colors and I'm going to go right here and find my eye color. You can do this for your clients also. Okay. And then I'm going to hit next. Deep winter. Y'all, if anybody sees my brand, this is the colors of my brand. Colors to avoid. My team knows they do not put yellow next to my face because it makes me look gross. So I avoid those colors. Is that cool? So if you don't have your brand colors identified, pick a few from a winter or whatever the palette is that comes up on a tool like this. I've already identified my own brand colors, so I'll show you where we put that. You'll put that right into this document. You're going to list them right there.
And
Now, what?
Molly,
Yeah.
for someone that's not doesn't quite understand the value around, 'cause maybe they're in the beginning stage or beginning part of their journey in marketing, can you just touch on maybe three important parts or a few bullet points on brand colors and how that kind of
Yeah.
helps you stand out?
Totally. So when you are creating content, you want to create a sticky, recognizable factor. There are all kinds of ways that we're creating stickiness. Really weird psychological triggers like Brussels sprouts. From now on, anytime you see Brussels sprouts anywhere, you're going to think of me. Okay. Now that is weird, but it's true. The other thing is with your colors and your energy that you're bringing, it's not just the colors, it's the way that you combine the colors together, it's the way that you incorporate different patterns. You're creating a visual representation of your energy. So if you look at Nicole's website, I'm so glad again that she was the one who suggested that. Her colors are very different than mine, even though we're both quirky, right? When I see those colors, it becomes recognizable. So if I'm looking at a sea of social media content, when you see something that has C20AAF, which is my pink hex code that I'm obsessed with, it matches Lori Harris's shirt that she's wearing right now on the Zoom screen. When you see that color and palm trees, you're going to think of me. When you see the red color of Coca-Cola, you think of Coca-Cola. I was at a bridal shower yesterday and they had Tiffany blue. That Tiffany blue is recognizable where you know in an instant, ooh, this screams sophistication because it's related to Tiffany's. So you want to be careful about the colors that you're choosing. Again, the reason we're doing this right now is because as we move into the tool in just a second, we're actually going to be creating a brand guide inside the tool where you set the colors. So it's super easy for you to create your sales pages, all this kind of stuff in the future using your brand colors. We are eliminating decision fatigue by taking the time ahead of time right now to make these decisions. We won't have to use our brain to decide on colors in the future because you'll have them all decided for you. Is that
Thank you.
helpful?
It is because again, it's just another. How does this fit into what I'm doing? Am I at that stage? This is the foundation.
And for social media, like let me be clear and show you a few examples of clients that we do social media for. So I didn't really talk about this, but for our offers, we mainly have coaching programs in my business, The Prepared Performer, but we have a few very high level social media clients. And if we didn't have this identified ahead of time, or when our clients have changed this, it's a whole thing to redo. So I'm going to show you just a few examples. And this is not about creating social media content that is like that perfect Instagram 9 grid. It's about creating something that connects with a community. So, and it like is woven through. So I'm going to show you mine and then I'm going to show you some clients. You can see here, even though like I have this HighLevel post here, right? So like that HighLevel post there is obviously HighLevel's brand. Potentially that's messing up my vibe here, but it's clear that it's something that's different, right? You can see in these top ones, even what I'm wearing on stage, this is me at HighLevel also. I love this video. But even what I'm wearing on stage here, this is tied into my brand. If I was wearing a different color on stage, it would feel out of sync, right? We'll talk about this video on the third day because this video, as you can see, it's all organic. because I tried to do an ad with it and it wasn't approved because of the song that was connected to it, but 680 comments and 145 likes of people who are asking for something from us. It's really valuable. This one, this is a logo, but notice the yellow is not near my face. My team knows not to keep the yellow near my face. This, I'm in my car, but I'm wearing my brand colors, black, white, and those colors. My bangs are those colors. My glasses are those colors. If you scroll down, you can see, even though it's mostly like human content, this, I'm wearing C20AAF, no makeup, but I'm wearing my brand color. Okay. This is Marcus, same kind of thing. You can see that the highlights on this Instagram account are in his color red. You can see that we weave in a few other colors, but for the most part, his color red is coming through here, right? Same thing now with the Chance Theater as another client of ours. They're doing all these different shows, so we can't always use the Chance's colors because they're doing like Fancy Nancy and Emma and all these different things. But when we have posts that are specific about the company's brand, we're using that Chance blue. And the vibe is the same, right? This is like in print stuff also, which we did this for them too. Our graphic designer, Kevin, is amazing. Questions? John, does that help?
It does because it helps tremendously. And because we're going to be focusing on social media, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, Threads, all these
TikTok.
different platforms have their own flow. So I guess, would you say picking one, picking two, going
Yeah,
all out on the scheduler, and any
yeah,
recommendation around
we're
that?
gonna dive into that right now, actually. So
Oh,
now we're gonna
sweet.
take all these foundations and move them into the tools. Are you guys ready to actually like put this into action? Use now, obviously, this may be like, whoa, I haven't done it yet. Because you're just watching the overview of the system, but you're gonna get this whole thing. We're gonna give it to you on the third day. You'll be able to put this right into HighLevel. Are you ready?
I feel like you would insert like an exercise or something here. I feel like we're missing something, Molly. Do you have like something we could do? Maybe stand up, raise our arms, some.
Okay,
I know
yeah,
you have stuff.
we already did the money dance. We already did the
Yeah.
money dance, right? Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Actually, take your hands like this again. And inside here, you're going to put all of the business benefits that you provide, all of the business benefits that you provide. And then on the count of three, you're going to throw it up in the air. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Whoosh. Okay. Now all of our business benefits are floating above us, just like Mikey TV and Willy Wonka. And what are you left with, John?
Hopes and dreams to make it happen. I'm excited.
You're left with who you are as a human. Remember, that's the most important piece as we're moving forward. And do
I
this for
never
your
watched
clients.
Willy Wonka, so if that was part of the movie, that was not queued up. We need to work on that part together.
The Willy Wonka is when Mikey TV is going into the TV. He's like pixelated on the scene. You should watch it. The original one. It's
I'm
amazing.
going to watch it eventually here.
Okay.
Thank you.
So what you're going to do is you're going to have this company details template. You're going to fill in as much as you can. And then I'm going to be giving you my company details template. Again, this is pulled straight from our paid programs. I love HighLevel. So I'm giving you all the good shiz because you are here. This is my example of everything that I have. And you guys, I use this document every day. My team uses this document every day. It's like amazing, detailed. Okay. What we're going to do next is we are going to go into the HighLevel system. Now, when you see mine, it's going to look a little different because I have white labeled this tool to make it my own. So if you're new to HighLevel, you may be like, what is Star Funnels? Star Funnels is the wrapper that I've put around the HighLevel basic tool. So with this system, as we're moving forward, because what we've done already is we've AI-ified your brand voice. We already AI-ified your ideal client. Then you can take that whole system and do like I did with Nicole, do the exact same thing to AI-ify your ideal client's brand voice. And the thing that's tricky before we go into the tool, where most people get into trouble, is that they're going too broad. They avoid trying like you want to make sure that you avoid trying to appeal to everyone and make sure that you focus on a specific client type like we talked about. We want to get out on those awareness playgrounds that I mentioned earlier and know that you have a playground where you can go play with a specific type of person. So keep all of that in mind. Now we're going to be setting up your brand in HighLevel. So when you first log in, I'm actually going to show what it, John, would it be helpful if I showed what it looks like from the agency side?
That, I mean,
Is
I'm
it
cool
okay?
with it. I don't know what I don't know, so with your flow and how you kind of go
Okay.
about it.
I'm
Most
gonna
people here
I'm
are
gonna
new trial users, so like
so
they're brand new here.
for new trial users, when they first log in, they would be in the agency view, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Hmm.
so we're going to go there. Now, keep in mind, you're going to see some numbers in here. I have had many tools that I have used in my business. So we don't have everything pulled into our HighLevel account because we have people who have been on payment plans for years, other places. So some of the information here is going to be a little wonky, but I'm going to show you all the stuff. So you're going to see this is my actual account. Just be prepared. Okay. Oh, golly jeepers, but I don't want to show that page. Hold on.
And
I
it's
didn't think
okay,
it would go to
Molly. If it's easier, we could just go with.
no. This is good. It's great. It's
Okay.
great. It's great. I just didn't want to show personal information of my sub
Yeah,
account users. So I accidentally clicked pause. I don't know if that's possible. Can you see my screen now?
I see it.
Okay. And you're also going to notice down here, it always scares me at the beginning of the month because it's like bonk. It looks like all of a sudden your revenue has tanked, but it's because it's only the second or third of the month, right? So this is going to look, we're on like a little upward trajectory in what we have here in our HighLevel account. Okay, so this is cool because you'll start to see things that are coming through right away. Once you start having sales come in, you'll start to see those details here inside the system. Now, what this does is it allows you to be able to create your own software tool for your clients. It is wild. And when I first got access, I was like, I don't understand what's happening. This is so crazy, right? But I'm going to show you how to create one for yourself first, and then how we can do this for your clients. So this is like the backside where you're building out the tool. There's a lot that we can cover in here. We're not going to go too deep in it. What we're going to do is we're going to go up here, and I've already created a sub account. So I'm just going to pull up a sub account that I've already created. This is what you're going to get when you use the snapshot that we give you at the end of this training. If you don't know what a snapshot is all of the templates that will give you to be able to start your own social media business with all of the foundations in place. We are inside what's called a sub account. So correct me if I'm wrong, John, but even like when you're starting with this, there's different levels of HighLevel that you may be using. And in the different levels, you get different access to the amount of sub accounts. The top two levels here, which are so easy, they get unlimited sub accounts. Is that correct?
Yeah, so our 297 plan and 497 plan get unlimited sub accounts. And then depending on how fast you move along this, the SaaS configurator in that 497 plan lets you start to automate the entire process.
And
Um,
sell the entire process to other people. So what's really cool when we talk about what you can offer, you could offer just this system inside here built out, like do like a brand guide and the tool and give the brand guide as a bonus. And you can sell unlimited access to this account for sub accounts by only paying $297 a month. When you upgrade to $497 a month, you can automate the whole system, which is awesome. I'm going to show you once you're in here and you've created a sub account, how to actually add your brand guide in here. So you're going to go to this Launchpad section, and it's going to show you how to connect all of your social media accounts. Everything that you need is going to be right in here. You'll just follow these directions, get things connected. And the dashboard, this is where you'll be able to see as you are bringing in leads and sales, all the things that are happening here. We're going to skip past all of this because we're going to focus on social media, and we're going to jump all the way down to this marketing section down here at the bottom. In the marketing section, what you're going to notice is there is a social planner, there are emails, there are snippets, which are for text messages and messenger like DMs, countdown timers, trigger links. There's even an affiliate manager if you have that level. And you'll notice all the way on the end, there's something called a brand board. So we are going to add our brand into this brand board. When you click new, you can actually use this to create your brand. If you aren't sure what your colors are, you can, whoops, sorry, I clicked too soon. But you can actually I clicked gray. That's perfect, Molly. Okay, watch. You can create a new one. Sorry. Hold on. Okay. You can actually select from this color palette and then adjust it, or you can add your own by starting with the blank, which is what I had just done, right? So I'm actually going to show you how to add your own. I'm going to close this down and I'm going to open up this brand board and I'm going to upload my logo. So when I upload my logo in here, I can upload a file I select my logo. Do I have my logo on my computer? I should. Let's just find another logo. I'm going to use this as my logo, which is not my logo. It's a podcast logo, but that's okay. So now this will be saved as my logo. There we go. I can add another version of my logo. So let's say I have one with a black background and one with a white background, and then I can choose my colors. So if I go into the colors, remember, I'm going to go back to my brand guide that I created. This one is my personal one. And I'm going to grab these colors. So I already identified those colors. I did the prep work. I'm going to paste these right in here. I'm going to go here, add my hex code, boop. And I can get this whole entire thing set up. I can add black as one of mine as well. I can add my other colors by pulling them straight from the brand guide that I created, right? So I've got like this dark violet. I'm not going to add all of them just for time. Okay, I really am going to show you something seriously so wild in a moment, but how easy is it if you're offering social media services, if you can get all of your clients' brand information straight into a sub account where everything is consistent and solidified? Pretty awesome. Are we good if I keep going, John? Makes sense here?
Absolutely. Forgive me for the delay here. I got
Oh,
two screens going and the mouse didn't move quick enough. But
you're so good. No,
absolutely,
you're
I think there's a handful of questions around if there people are with HighLevel already. There's a handful of questions around how do I get to where you're at, Molly.
okay.
So there's a lot of fun stuff here. Um,
And
some technical
tomorrow,
questions.
what we're
Yeah,
going to be doing tomorrow, we're really going to go deep into the tools and how you can actually use them. I'm going to do a deep dive. We're going to start with the tool first thing tomorrow and go really deep into all of it. So for the next like 10 minutes that we have together, I just want to show you some of my favorite features that you can play with. And then I'm going to show you what we're going to be covering tomorrow. Is that cool?
that works great actually
Okay.
because there's a lot of questions around what's next.
Yeah,
And I know we went deep into AI, but I mean we won't need to go that deep into tomorrow. And we knocked out all of our introductory stuff, so everybody
totally.
knows knows us, our plan. So these next 2 days are going to be pretty intense in the sense of we're getting right to business. So you're
Right
going to get what you
to
asked for.
business. So another thing that you're able to do once you're in here, we set the brand board colors there and you can name this, right? So this can be like whatever you can name it and all of that, the brand board there. And then you're able to access it in the future when you come in to build sites. And we're going to give you all of these website templates inside here so that you can come in. I'm just going to give you like a really quick little overview. You can come in and build out landing pages and things and incorporate your own colors and your own brand and your own energy within these tools. Okay. So we're going to be giving you that as well. And back here in the marketing section, when we get into creating the content, you'll be able to connect all of these platforms, schedule the content, automatically create content based on the reviews that your clients get on their Google pages, on their Facebook. It's like wild. So I'm going to go through all of that in just a moment. Ways that we can use custom fields, custom values to be able to automate a lot of this. And as we set up your brand in HighLevel, I just want to give you a really quick little overview of the social media services that you can offer. Now, there are more services that you can do with this. And tomorrow, I'm going to show you how to deliver them, how to get into the tool. We're focused all on the tool tomorrow. Here are some of the examples. And then the final thing I'm going to do today is show you one of my favorite features inside HighLevel where you can actually do a marketing audit with this tool and find clients who need you. So we've got 5 minutes left. Can we do it, John, you think?
We could
I
do
think we can.
anything we put our mind to.
Okay. So these are some of the services, and I have a list of 20 services that I'm going to give you in a Google Doc: social media content scheduling and management, omni-channel social messaging. So it will bring all of the messenger inboxes from all the different platforms: Facebook, Instagram, text message, email, all into one. Custom chat bots for social platforms, automated messages like DM responses and comment responses, all within this one tool. Think of the tools you can cancel. Review and reputation management. You can use AI to automatically respond to reputation reviews and things like that. You can do this for your clients. Social media lead nurturing, social media analytics and reporting, sales funnels integrations for social media traffic, community engagement and social listening, video and podcast editing and repurposing. That is a service that you can add to this software. Faceless AI video creation. We'll talk about that. AI avatar video and photo accounts. Oh my gosh, social media contests and giveaway management, influencer outreach management, and social media advertising and lead capture. Now, easy additional services that don't actually have to do with social media. You can offer newsletter and email services, custom GPTs. Remember, I said tomorrow I'm going to show you how we're building those. Monthly social media templates where maybe you don't even want to offer services, but you have like a subscription where every month you release a new template to them inside this tool. How amazing is that? Blog post and SEO optimization, searchable branded GIFs, like I shared earlier. These are all the types of services that you can create and automate within this platform. So, as the final thing I want to show you is there is a feature in here that allows you to find your ideal clients and do a social media audit for, or not a social media, sorry, a marketing audit for them in literally a few clicks. And I'm going to show it to you right now. Are you ready to see it? It is called the prospecting tab. So here inside the prospecting tab, I tried to do one for myself yesterday. And the funny thing is I put a typo in my website. So I got a really bad score for myself because it thought I didn't have a website because I forgot to add .com, which I think is hilarious. So we're going to look, and what this does is you can come into this tool right here in the dashboard. You click add a prospect. Now we knew that Nicole wanted to serve from my ideal client that I made up for her. She wanted to support chiropractors. Watch this. If I type in chiropractor in Anaheim, I am in Anaheim, so I'm just going to start in my local area, and I'm going to see all of these chiropractors. Now, let's say I'm like, I don't have an idea of who I want to serve, but I know that if I can find someone and I can give them an audit of their business and their marketing, I'm going to prove to them that I could help them. Watch how easy it is for me to be able to create an audit of this. So I'm going to go to Anaheim Hills Chiropractic. The reason I'm going to go to them is because look over on the side, it tells you how likely they are to buy from you. If you have not seen this, I'm hoping that your brain has actually exploded with awesome because I think this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. And the reason that it's telling you that this is a moderate conversion is because they already have some things in place. So this is highlighting Anaheim Hills Chiropractic. I happen to live in Anaheim Hills. They are 68% more likely to actually work with me. So I'm going to click on them. It pulls in all their information, which is available on Google. I don't have a point of contact, so I'm just going to hit save prospect. Are we cool to just go 2 more minutes to finish this? John, is that okay with you?
Let's run it to the end.
Okay.
Let's go.
Are you guys good? Is this amazing? Are you freaking out? I think it's the coolest thing I've ever seen. Okay. Now it's going to take time to do this report. I did several of them just to like test it last night because I was like, how fast can I do these? And I'm going to show you some of the ones that I did that I created here, right? We'll be sending these recordings to you guys during I'll in the future, just so you know. Okay. So in here, let's say I take the Chance Theater. Now the Chance Theater already is a client of ours. And I'm going to show you a new point that I realized I hadn't done this audit on them first because they're like my friends and they've been our clients for a long time. And then I was like, why am I not doing this for our clients? Watch this. This report is so amazing. Their overall score is 76%, which is actually pretty great. When I go down here, I'm going to see all of their scores. So their business details, 85%. This is going to show me how I can improve what we're doing for them. We are doing mainly their social media plus a few other things. So I see now I can easily tell them, hey, we'd love to offer a chat website widget on your website, which we have on several of our websites through HighLevel. And I can add that as an additional service for them, showing them this awesome opportunity. They've claimed their Google My Business claim status. Their text-enabled business number is set up. Their WordPress site is set up. Their business photos are set up. Their operational hours, their review replies. So we've actually set up a lot of these things they're already in our HighLevel, our star funnels as a system. So I can look at their tech stack, their Google Tag Manager is set up, their Pixel set up, their Facebook Pixel is set up, their Google Ads Pixel is not set up. And I actually emailed their team about this about 2 weeks ago. So this is a good point that I'm going to say, hey guys, you need to get on this, right? But for the most part, they're actively running Google ad campaigns and we can see the results from them in here. So that's another level you could add on top of social media. Okay, this is where I realized a huge opportunity that I could add on top of the social media services is that their listings are not optimized. Amazing, right? I can come in and fix this for them and I can send them this report as a PDF. I hardly have to sell anything. This will do all of it, right? Amazing. Online reputation. They have 536 reviews. Well, you know what is really cool? HighLevel will let me automatically turn each of those reviews into a social media post. And I'm going to show you that tomorrow. Thanks to the amazing Amy Winslow, who actually taught me how to do that. Their website performance, all this kind of stuff. Amazing. So cool. This is another one that is so good. And the social media stuff that you're doing can help them to increase this. Their SEO report is all right here. John, this is new because I heard them announce this at the thing and I'm like obsessed with the fact that this exists. Obsessed. Oh my gosh, I can do things on social media that will help their SEO in Yorba Linda. I'm like stoked
Absolutely.
about it.
Mm-hmm.
So amazing. And that's going to be where we're going to start tomorrow as we move through all of this. So if you are like, oh my gosh, Molly, this was so much, I just want to remind you to get your free training this is your free training, to get your free trial, because tomorrow we're going to be diving in right into the tool. So you want to sign up for this trial so that we can do this stuff together. We're going to be focused on social media. Even though there's all of these things that are available to you, we're going to focus on social media. And if you have questions, make sure you got them in the chat. And we're also going to pick the nugget winner tomorrow morning when we get started. John, how are you feeling?
It's only 2 o'clock Eastern time. The daylight savings time bought me an extra hour in sleep and productivity and opportunity. So, working the day to your benefit is definitely something that you've helped level up myself and others right now with your content. I just want to say what an incredible day one. Today we've had the foundation. Um, Today you've laid out the foundation of AI-ifying your brain, both for our audience and for their clients. And now that we have the beginnings of a powerful blueprint, I think that's what's going to now set us apart as students and as examples to our customers. I mean, imagine if you have one customer or 100 customers, they're looking at you as the example. So now you get to level yourself up at that process as well. And for those that are just joining us, whether it was a few minutes ago or earlier on, whether you're looking to bring in new clients or expand with those that you already have to work with, remember that the content we covered today isn't just about brand building. It's about getting your foot in the door, whether it's re-engaging conversations with those existing clients or meeting new people, however you decide to create meaningful connections where you're teaching them, showing them, and giving them the bigger picture of, hey, this is what you should be doing to stand out in your industry. And I know that you've mapped this out strategically, Molly. And these next 2 days are going to be jam packed with a lot of action items using HighLevel, keeping everything all in one, and really getting familiar with that, checklist of this is what you should do and this is how you should approach it. And I know that tomorrow we're going to be taking it up a notch tremendously with this AI based education. Could you just walk us through what should people have prepared by their side? Like, is there any homework or anything they should have ready to kick this off right when we go live at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard
Yeah.
Time?
You know what's actually really, really amazing is for you to do what we're doing tomorrow. All you need to do is show up and log into the tool. Because yes, we'd love to know exactly who your ideal client is. We'd love to know exactly what your brand is, all of that. But tomorrow, I just want to familiarize you with the tool itself so that on day 3, we can really get in and combine everything together. So I know you don't necessarily have access to the GPTs or the brand guides or any of that. It's just really about keeping that in mind that that's what we're going to do when you're using this in your business. Tomorrow, you can do, I like to say, like a little brain car wash to kind of get yourself in a place where you're starting fresh, Just show up tomorrow ready to learn exactly how to schedule your content, exactly how to get in, take those reviews from your clients and turn them into pieces of content, to be able to set up automated DMs and comment responders. We're going to get into the tool, and it won't actually, for tomorrow's exercise, you don't need to have your brand perfect. Just know when you go forward and use these things combined together, you're going to be combining what we did today and tomorrow into one cohesive system. But you really can come just starting fresh tomorrow, making sure you've got that trial, log into the tool so you can see the way the magic comes together.
I'll give you a little pro tip that I learned having the chance of just being around these amazing people that we bring into our workshops is if you have a tablet, just put the tablet to the side and keep your main laptop or PC there. If your cell phone is as big as my screen, then that'll be just fine enough. Or if you're in the living room, use the TV in the living room, whatever you feel more comfortable, just keep that workshop approach for yourself ready to go. If you don't have access to a trial yet, there's a link below that Jordan's been sharing. If you're having trouble getting everything set up, you want to use the link below as well, the speakwith.us/success. Please do that today, because tomorrow we're going right into it. Other than that, I have nothing else on my end, Molly. Anything for you to
Yeah,
close us
the
out?
final thing is that I will say is tomorrow, just come with an open mind. Remember, we talked about that decision factor. As we go through all of this tomorrow, I know we have some people who are advanced high level users. We have some people who are just getting started. I really love to say, like, no high level user left behind, but we are going to move through things pretty quickly. So if tomorrow you find that you've like missed a step and now you're behind, you are going to get access to the replay as long as you have registered for this training. So if you found us on social media somewhere, it may be a good idea to just share the registration for the training too, because that's how you're going to get access to all of these links. You've got to go through and sign up for the training and sign up for your trial in order to get access to all these bonuses. Y'all, HighLevel is already giving so much with this free trial of all of this, a 30-day free trial. I have pulled things that people usually pay for. So this isn't something if you're just like strolling along down the social media highway, you have to actually register, get signed up in order for us to give you these assets, because these are things that usually people are paying a lot of money for. So we're giving these to you as a gift when you give us the gift of actually playing full out.
Awesome. Thank you all for being here today with us, bringing your energy, your engagement, your commitment to leveling up. We're just getting started. We'll see you tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
We're going for 2 hours. So block out 2 hours in your calendar tomorrow.
Take care. Peace.
Bye.